this chapter's kind of a downer. Um, and a lot of it is Emma realizing just how bad she's been. Um, and, she's gotten some praise for, the some nice things that she's done to Harriet, but at this, or sorry, to Jane. But at the same time, she's like, no, I was just absolutely miserable to Jane, and I did terrible things. And it's important that she acknowledges it. Um, Acknowledging where you have failed is the first step in turning around and becoming a better person. So Emma is trying to come to the rationalization, trying to repair things. And her results here are kind of a mixed bag. With Harriet, she's like, yeah, let's not talk, which isn't really a good thing. Um, but at the same time, her actions towards Harriet are still kind of not like. She should take a look at it and think, Mr. Knightley, if he makes her happy, I like him, I like her, and if they're happy together, that's wonderful. And then she's like, no, she should never be with him. And, this constant thought of she should never be with him. He can't marry anybody. And she's like, I wouldn't marry him if he asked me. And it's like, you are so confused. She's absolutely so confused about this because her positions are not at all rational. She should want her friends to be happy, or she should want to be happily married to Mr. Knightley, because right now they have this sort of weird, he's a friend and he comes over and they're just like sort of buddy buddy but not. And then it's like, no, this is not a sustainable solution, because one of these days her father is going to die, and then it will just be Emma alone in the big house. And this is the way of the world. um so she should be thinking, maybe it's time that I started a family myself, rather than, no, Harriet can't marry Mr. Knightley. Mr. Knightley must never marry anybody. I must never marry anybody. Everything must stay the exact same. Which is much like her father, except she's willing to leave the house. And her father is like, no, everything must be the exact same, and I'm not even going to go out of the house because, there's weather outside of the house, and weather changes. And the weather kind of reflects what's going on here. So here we are, mid July. And I mean, this is like the hottest part of the year. Except there's this cold rain. Now, England is way, way north. I mean, England is like Canada north. But because of the way the Gulf Stream blows, the Gulf Stream is a current of water that takes a lot of heat from the Gulf of Mexico, which is broad and shallow and in the tropics, and carries this heat up through the North Atlantic and dumps it on England. So England has this constant flow of warmish water, which keeps it much more temperate than places like Minnesota and Canada and Moscow. So London is at the same latitude pretty much as Moscow. And it's just like stupid north. But the thing is because it has this constant flow of warm water, it's not that cold. And here you are, they have these 14, 15-hour days. They have these long days, lots of sun, lots of heat. Except now, when it's supposed to be warm and sunny and jolly, it's overcast and raining. And this kind of matches Emma's mood. And yeah, storms like this are normalish. I mean, you see them regularly in the summer in England. But, this is the time where it's supposed to be warm and joyful and sunny. But here you have the rain and the storm, and you have Emma concentrating on keeping things from evolving into something better. A lot of it, I guess, is her being afraid of change.